Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we're reacting to The Mind of Michael Jordan Learning by Piotrex Productions. I've really been enjoying these Mind of Michael Jordan videos. It's truly, I feel like it's one thing to watch highlights, it's another thing to learn about the mental side of these players. And so, yeah man, Jordan, he's quickly becoming one of my favorite players because of the brain. Obviously what he does on the floor is amazing, right? Nobody can argue with that. But the mind that goes with it just makes it so much more perfect. If you're new around here, I started watching ball in 2010. I'm finally doing my due diligence to learn about players from the past, and Michael Jordan has been a big part of this journey so far. So let's learn more about his mind and with how he learned. Let's hop into it, dude. We could learn a lot from these.
It gets my happiest was when I first got to Chicago and I found out I could play on this level, and I started to feel the enthusiasm coming within the city, and then go out and showcase your talent in front of starving fans who were looking for some type of change. And that to me was very gratifying, along with the birth of my kids. I can never overlook that.
I like how he mentions the basketball first and then the kids. You can't forget about the kids. It reminds me of that Jordan meme where he's like, F them kids.
I haven't had any disappointments. I mean, sports is a tool that teaches, and it teaches you bad things. It can also teach you good things. It's how you perceive those things. I've looked at every experience that I've had, negative and positive, and taken that as a positive. If I wouldn't change anything because I think it would alter some of the other things that happened. So when I look back, I can't say that I've had any bad things happen. Sure, I mean, you don't want bad things to happen, but you deal with bad things. You can't have good or without bad. We learn as we move forward, and we learn from the past, and we try to project the future. I mean, where are we going to be in 20, 21 years? I don't know, which is the beauty of, creativity. But we're going to keep striving, trying to get things better and better. That comes from learning over the past 20 years and 21 years, and we're going to keep trying to turn that around and make it happen for the next 20 years.
I think going to the University of North Carolina, I learned the fundamentals of the game, the mind and the thought process that comes along with the game. And once I got on this level, I put two and two together, and I evolved as a complete player.
I don't want to look so far in the future that, I'm pressed to live out a certain schedule. My life has always been, and my motto has always been to live it day by day, and not try to think so far in advance that you kind of forget about the present. I want to live for the present at this particular time.
For years, you find yourself doing...
Dude, there's so many great quotes in here. Like, genuinely, you can apply this to so many aspects of your life, not just sport.
Things for them, trying to appease them. When you're out in the public, and they come up, they want to meet, greet, say hello, sign autographs. But I want them to understand this is my time. This is not your time. This is my time now.
Do you study pro basketball history?
Sure. I think that's the way you learn about dealing with all different types of players, dealing with the game and the expanding of the game. You brought a different attitude, a different expansion to the game. Magic, Larry, myself.
As an athlete, are you feeling satisfied? Because I know at times that we've talked, you say you're still searching for that perfect game, still searching to find in your mind greatness as you describe it.
I'm getting better. I'm getting at my peak. I'm getting at my limit. Physically, I think I am at my limit. Mentally, it's a lot of empty space that I don't know much about, but I keep forcing myself to learn about
I love that. Physically, I'm at my limit, but mentally, there's still something there.
the game. I am getting to a point where I'm maxing out my education about the game of basketball, and when you get to that point, it's a necessity to pass it. I was gifted, I was talented, I knew how to play the game. I didn't know how to play the game on the professional level. I had to learn that. And it took some years of learning, watching Magic Johnson, watching Larry Bird, to see how they can play, impact games when they're not scoring. Or, they score 4 points, they still make the big plays down the stretch. These are things that you learn in the process of maturing in this league, and as I watched, I began to adapt. And I became more complete. I wasn't one-dimensional. The one thing I never wanted to be was one-dimensional. Everyone saw me as just a scorer, one-on-one player, but I knew I was better than that. I came from a great program at North Carolina, teach you how to do more than just one thing. So I spent the rest of my career trying to evolve as a player And when our team got to a point where we can contend, I had to assume the leadership role. I had to, other guys had to step forward. And then when we got to that point where we were winning, all the bases and all the foundation has been built. Now it's just a matter of, can you mentally get yourself back each time to challenge yourself more so than the opponent, but yourself, to be that hungry each and every time you stepped on the court. That took some evolving over the course of my career. And when I got to that point, I had no doubts that I couldn't win anytime I stepped on the court.
Once you get
I love that, dude. Like, you could say, and he mentioned this, like, I wouldn't go back and change anything, because those first, what is it, like 8 or 9 years before he actually won, maybe 7 years, 7, 8, 9 years, that foundation allowed them to be 2-time three-peat champions. You know what I mean? He wouldn't have been able to do that. Like, you know how, like, Magic Johnson, he entered the league and won the first year. He didn't win again the second year. Why? It's because he didn't have that foundation that Jordan had.
in the moment, when you're there, things start to move slowly. You start to see the court very well. You start reading what the defenses are trying to do. And I saw that. I saw that moment. And, when I saw the moment, the opportunity to take advantage of it when Russell reached, and I took advantage of that moment. And I never doubted myself. I never doubted the whole game. We were hanging too close. It was a 3-point game, 4-point game, 5-point game. Scottie Pippen's hurt. Dennis and everybody's in foul trouble. And they never really burst out and left us standing. We kept hanging in there. And I knew that we were going to have an opportunity to win this game. And I just wanted to be able to do that. And from an offensive standpoint, sure, you look at my rebounds, I only had maybe 2 or 3 rebounds. And I told Phil that, I know I'm going to have to play a lot of minutes. I have to conserve energy somewhere. And unfortunately, I had to be on the rebounding edge. And but the offense, I had to step forward.
I think the biggest thing about what I've gone through is that I could have never learned these experiences going through a classroom. Living through it is a whole different experience than the classroom could ever teach me.
A lot of these guys that I'm playing with now never really experienced when Chicago Stadium was only 6,500 people watching the game. That builds camaraderie between friends and players and coaches and stuff like that. That to rebuild or to start over or to have that with someone else, you basically have to go through the same processes. You can't skip steps to earn that type of respect. You got to go through all the disappointments that a relationship must go through.
And the city of Chicago has earned it. For years, we've been, wait till next year, wait till next year. Now we're 5 out of 7 years champions. That means a lot. For once, don't look at the bottom line. Look at the joy of this night and every night that we have won a championship, and the enjoyment that you have put together an unbelievable organization that's been champions for 5 out of 7 years.
You never succeed without that possibility of failure. Each time that I do something, I can go win or I can lose. And that inner confidence that you got to have to take that chance. This is a guy who came from a little town who evolved to be an important part to the history of the game of basketball, which is how anybody wants to be remembered. And when I did choose to come back, I didn't let that be a base or a goal. I wanted to extend further than that. I want to get back to that level and extend it further if I could. That was part of my driving force.
Do you want Rodman back?
Sure. His dresses doesn't bother me. His hair doesn't bother me. Sure, he's going to go wacko every now and then. We've come to live with that. We've come to accept that. But you can't find another player on the basketball court that works just as hard as Dennis Rodman. Gives 110%, dives at loose balls, even if he can't get them. That's Dennis Rodman. So I don't have a problem with Dennis, and I don't think Phil does. I don't think Dennis does. I don't think Scottie does. We've been able to control him to some degree. And look, we're here for champions back to back. You guys may love him. He may say a lot of crazy things, and David Stern may find him $50,000. The guy doesn't care about money.
Dennis Rodman, when he won his Defensive Player of the Year award, unashamedly cried. And here Michael Jordan wins the most valuable player and sort of breaks up. And why?
This particular time, I was being given that MVP by my teammates, by people that I play with and I'm with 8 months out of the year, instead of the media, who I see quite a bit. But my players actually gave me that because of the way they played. I feel. And that was very touching for me. And when they said that they were going to go out there and help me receive this, you know, I did all I could just to hold back the tears, because it really showed to me what they really felt for me to win that award. And for them to go out there and receive it with me showed to me like it was a family situation. It was a unity all year long.
But I believe, and I've always believed, that when the team is successful, everybody shines. All the individual accolades will take care of themselves. Everybody's going to blossom from this whole situation.
Love that.
So when I'm with my team, and you've seen it, you know, I'm not going to be the one that overshadows everyone. I want your comments as much as his comments. If you're expecting me to carry the whole weight or speak the whole time, I don't want to do that, because then I'm taking more of the responsibility. When you are just as adult as I am, you have an opinion just as much as I do. We need that to form this team.
You know, if I don't win it, you know, I just don't win it. I'm not really trying to set that as a goal for me this season. I think more or less the team wants to be successful, and that's what I want for the team.
You know, when I was here before I retired, I overshadowed Scottie a lot. You know, and he didn't get the recognition that he truly deserved. You know what I mean? And he's matured since I've been around, and when I stepped away, he matured even more, because he understood what I was sheltering him from. You know, the pressure and the press and the expectations that he had to deal with being a star. And when I'm back, he shouldn't get any less of an attention than if I was gone. And when I won the MVP, and I would hold true to my word, I would take the trophy. He can have the car. I'm gonna make sure he gets the car. I mean, because he's like a little brother to me, and he's prospered and he's moved along. And you know, from a financial standpoint, from a contract standpoint, he's locked in, and he very deserving of the same $30 million or 30 whatever I get in the next coming year. He's very deserving of the same contract. I mean, because he put forth the effort every single night. He goes through the pain, and we work out every day. He's joined me in working out every day to stay healthy and to get out here and provide for this organization and this city, so that we can be healthy and we can continue to be champions. So, I mean, that's what brothers do. We share our success, and that's what I'm doing to him. You know, I just want the trophy. I got enough cars. He can have the Nissan.
You learn.
All right, someone told me in the comments that they are not friends anymore. Can someone explain what happened there, or like recommend a video for that? Because that was beautiful what he said about Scottie, and it kind of makes me a little upset to know they're not as close anymore. But yeah, let me know if that comment was right or not. I haven't really taken a deep dive into their relationship.
Learn from the perception of people that you deal with, how to judge people. I think how to judge people. I'm never really going to know, because I can't get inside of your head or the next person's head. But I have to be very perceptive of what this person his main objective is, in terms of trying to be my friend or trying to get close to me because of other circumstances. I think I must put up a bigger or tougher screen for other people to get closer to me.
Great video there by Piotrex Productions. I don't know why I'm not subscribed. I'm subscribing right now. Good stuff, dude. As I mentioned, like, some of these videos are my favorite. Learning about the mind. The man is so wise. Like, how many wise quotes could you pull out of there and put like in a book, or put like in an inspirational like sports book? You know what I mean? And I feel like you can apply it to anything. So much of what he said was not boiled down to we play basketball. Like, this was about life. So big shout out to Jordan. Again, man, like, watching highlights is one thing. Learning about the mind is the other thing. And I think the mind, because he's like, physically, I feel like I've peaked. Mentally, there's still a little bit more I can learn each day. And so I love that mentality. Love that, you know, in order to keep winning that much, you have to push your mind a little bit more. You have to find that hunger. And so, great video. Let me know if there's more videos like this, because this is, like, of anything of Jordan, this might be one of the more impressive things. And, like, we throw around terms like killer mentality, the most winningest type of player, the most competitive player. I get it now with the context. Just hearing the words isn't enough. Learning the context is what's going to help me out here. So, been loving this NBA journey, dude. I feel like I'm becoming a bigger fan of the sport. and not just modern day players like I have been. So thanks everybody for watching. Hope you have a great day, night, whatever time of day it is for you. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Doses.